Hi, Jim again. Today we're going to talk about what to do once you have been accepted.
What do we do now?
So, as soon as you get your acceptance letter, the next thing you want to do is follow the instructions on that acceptance letter precisely,
And my instructions were explicit.
including when to register for advisement and registration. Advisement and registration is when you sit down with an academic advisor, go over the classes you need and get them scheduled.
Why is that important?
Why is that important? Well, it's important because it's going to be your schedule of classes for the upcoming semester. It's also important to do that as soon as possible because the longer you wait, the more classes start to fill up and the more time slots are no longer available.
How's your schedule?
Well, it's the worst.
I attended one institution where they called it SOAR, Student Orientation, Advising, and Registration. So some schools may throw an orientation session in there. Some schools may give you a placements assessment as part of that day. Bottom line is you're looking for advisement and registration, and when you sign up for it, sign up for the soonest one possible. It always amazed me that when I was advising students, that students would come in August who were admitted back in March and waited until August for advisement and registration. And when I sat down with them to schedule their classes, I'd say, well, what time can you go for classes? And I'd say, I think I want to go noon, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, those time slots are all filled up. How about Mondays and Wednesdays at 8 a.m.? Oh no, that's too early. What time did high school start? 7:30. Well, it wasn't too early then. Why can't you go at 8 o'clock now? Because I didn't have a choice then. I have a choice now. Well, you really don't have a choice now because those time slots are the only ones left open because everything else is filled because you waited so long to come in.
Maybe. I registered for some night classes.
So get the earliest, soonest time available for advisement and registration. Get in, get registered. And if you get registered by April, you have the whole summer to not worry about your classes and you'll be all set to go for fall.
Enjoy your summer, Harris fam.
When you sit down with your advisor, ask yourself a few questions. Did I personally like my academic advisor? Did my advisor answer all of my questions? Did my advisor take the time with me, or did I feel like they just went through the motions and had a checklist of items they needed to go through? Do I feel as though I can go back to this person whenever I have a question or a problem? Why is that important? Well, it's important because over the course of 4 years, you're going to get lost and confused.
And confused, and really, really confused.
You're not going to know whether you should stay in a class, withdraw from it based on a grade that you received in that class. You may have some issues with the instructor, and you're not going to be sure where to go. Your advisor is the person you can go to who can either answer those questions for you or point you in the right direction. Also, if you see an advisor every semester, which I highly recommend you do, most schools don't require you to do so, but I recommend you do, you're guaranteed to be on track to graduate on time. I know some students who sporadically see an advisor and they end up taking a class they didn't need because they didn't see an advisor that semester, or they took a class out of sequence. Don't do that. Go see an advisor every semester. And the way you determine who you want to see is during this advisement and registration period. All right, that's it for advisement and registration. The next session is very important, how to do well in college. And when you go there, I will see you on that video. Thanks for watching.